Hello and welcome. Right then, we're going to get stuck in straight away. Let's get cracking.
I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side.
perhaps a little early because yeah, this is it's good, but my concentration's getting a little bit bad. It's Saturday morning, it always is. You sort of like think, oh, I'm gonna do all of it, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do these 2 fields, and then we will crack on later. Now I'm racking my brains as to do we buy? There's a cracking, I think it's one of the H2 Studios trailers, really about 30 tonner. And I'm sure it's about 11,000, between 11 and 14. The carrot's about 17, 18. I like the carrot, but yeah, the H2 Studios one is also longer and smaller. So I'm not sure. I think we'll buy and sell about, there's a lot more of parsnips and a lot more of the other fields. Well, I can't remember what it is, parsnips, carrots, of course it is. Yeah, so I think I'm going to sell quite a bit of carrots and quite a bit of that to get the money to offset the trailer and also hopefully get enough money. I'm sort of trying to be strict on this one. I was thinking, well, the bank manager would lend you the money, but I'm sure I said no bank loans on this one, and this is the start from scratch that I wanted to be a real big challenge. So really, I don't want any help, any handouts. I mean, the generator, I don't class that as a handout. It's so tiny that it really is a little bit of seed money. It covers our costs really. Yeah, this is I do love doing this. This is good. It's just makes me feel for the worker that did the 1 meter PH Mini though. That poor worker facing a field as big as I put it on. I mean, I did put an assistant later on because it was, if you were that person with a tiny 1 meter implement facing one of the largest fields, that must be absolutely mind-numbingly awful. Yeah, it's tremendous. I can't remember. We've got over 1 million, 1.2 million litres. Now, I'm not for 1 minute thinking these are going to be anywhere near that. But it is root crops, so I'm quite sure this is going to be good. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think we'll probably get away with selling 20 or 30 tonnes of each, which is not a lot of money, as we all know. Root crops, they're not worth a lot, but I think we need to do something. But we still need to have enough root crops when we bought our, and also I might go into the soup business, because obviously well, that one I'm going to wait till later. I'm going to see what everyone says, whether anybody else votes for the new farmer stock, or whether it is this particular Let's Play that is going to crack on and carry on. So yeah, if it is, then obviously we can really do what we like. We're going to do the good thing is, I suppose, just before we go, we ought to look at the 2 costs of what the finished product is, because there's not a lot between factories. So if one is slightly more lucrative than the other, I would be silly to go into the other business when the factor is, I think the preserved food one is slightly cheaper than the soup factory, I think. I'm almost sure that's right, but we shall see what. I mean, we've seen the triple soup on the new farmer stock was a really good price for that, and we're doing all 3 crops, so you get a little bit of a bonus for doing the triple, and obviously it doesn't take any more product. So yeah, so let's get this a little bit finished. Love the sound of the crop falling on the floor. It really is nice. Oh, not that. It's amazing now. You always used to have a finger on the trigger, always, and you'd get like a white finger almost, where you'd sort of fingers touching the trigger. So in the end, I really do love actually putting the I always forget what it's called, cruise control. Yes, do love putting the cruise control on to keep you trundling without me destroying my finger. Really. It's very nice. Obviously there's certain bits and bobs where you can't really do that, but yeah, there's a little, I think there's a tiny weeny bit of clean up. The other thing is I don't want to be faffing around, because we're going to get leasing costs and every euro counts, so it's been quite nice. So Spally Spring is an Irish map, so therefore they're on euros, so I haven't had to muck around with the money for once, apart from when I forgot on the White Farm and I had to put it on dollars, which I did forget to begin with. Right, so we're just going to have a quick look think there's a couple of little tufts around the edge. I think I missed a bit there. Right, let's just... Yeah, there's a bit in that corner. I'm going to use the fluffy mods belt system, which doesn't care about grabbing stuff off ground you don't own. Something I found out from Zia, really. It's been added to it, which in this sort of situation really is, I mean, let's be honest, it is our product, and in real life nothing would stop you grabbing that. But yeah, obviously game mechanics rule is king, as I frequently say. So luckily for us, that can pick that up. The edgy I might end up, because if you put it near the edge of your field, and it's got quite a good yeah, I'm not sure which one to do. The other thing is, obviously I said, is really the trailer. I think no, there's a couple of patches here. Yeah, when it gets thick, this stuff, it is hard for a little tractor to go over, which is why it's very important to do it when it gets outside. Otherwise you're going on what you've already done, and that causes trouble with the little tractor. I think there's a couple of patches here. We're going to slow time down because I'm really, yeah, it's important, although I think it's real time if I remember right. In which case that makes no difference whatsoever. Well, it is what it is. As I said, we may have to sell crop to compensate for that trailer. I could lease it, I suppose, because I suppose our normal one is okay. Yeah, let's lease it. Let's try and keep this as tight as possible. Yeah, I thought I missed a patch there. I do like this. Sometimes you can get 3, other times it's a bit tricky, and then the trouble is when you try to go for 3, you end up missing bits, and then you've got to go back anyway, so it's sort of counterproductive. So when I hit 3, I thought, yeah, that's good, but I was aiming for 2 really, because otherwise, yeah, you end up causing more mayhem than a little. Right, let's switch that down, but I don't think it makes the slightest bit of difference. Yeah, so we've got one more field to do of carrots, which we should do next. Well, I'm going to see, because time lapsing splits of time. It's just I haven't personally got time now. I've got to go out in a few minutes, so I thought, yeah, you need to grab your breakfast and scoot. So let's have a quick look at. No, we'll do next session. Yeah, we will. Or if it's as joining. So I'm not going to say goodbye. Yeah, I'm going to see you shortly.
Hello and welcome. Wow, that was a bit loud. I apologise for that. Yeah, always check the microphone level now. That was a little bit high. I've got my gain a little bit much. Let me just turn it down a little bit so I don't deafen everybody and get that horrible echoes. I can't remember the clipping, I think we call it. Right, we have the last field to do. We're going to go straight into that time lapse again, and we do want to be going to the right. That is true. So I'm going to say my words. We're going to get this last one. I think this is the biggest. I don't know. Yeah, it is. It's wider. It is. It's definitely wider. Now, this first one was that really was a snippet. That 53 and 52 were both at least double fits. That what our original field. The thing is, I was trying to work out. I thought it's weird how with all root crops you sort of think, oh yeah, I'll sell thousands. You do, but you don't get anything for it. Yeah, with 200 and odd, I think it is. I don't think there's a lot for it. If we have a quick look before I start, I think there's an awful lot of tonnage on the ground. But if you sold 100 grand, you'd still only get 22,000. I think that's right. If you look at this, it's not a lot for any of them. I don't think there's much difference between all of them either. I think they're all pretty much of a muchness on their own. Have I passed it? I'm terrible at looking for this. It's no, it is the last things. 2, 2, 2. Yeah, is there a better time for them? Well, there is actually. Yeah, for each of the part. Oh no, they're all best in June. And parsnips and carrots are slightly better than beets. Are we talking a gnat's whisker? So June, which means you'd have to wait till next year. Oh, I think I need to do the unload here thing again, don't I? Yeah, I do. It doesn't remember it. It's a bit like ploughing. So yeah, that's it. Right, I'm going to send my words. We're going to get this last biggest field done. So I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. think that's done. I'm just going to check around the edge of the field, take this back quickly before we get collared anymore. We've used quite a bit of fuel. Got to be honest, it was a bit of a monster job. It was. There really was. I always find, when you're sort of a bit tired, you get those little momentary lapses. I've got a few of those where you almost fall asleep on your feet type of thing. Well, I'm sitting down, but you know what I mean. Yeah, literally. I think I've done all the corners and everything. Yeah, I realised quite early on, Milk That Hen did say this, about it's on your land. Now, I'm glad the headlands are ours, but that track is a shared track. So when I first did the proper way, which was to obviously have the beat drop to the left, you can see that as soon as you hit the road, it stopped falling. So I presume it destroyed it at that time, because we lost an entire row going up this way. So then I decided, how do I do this? And I thought, if we go in the middle, then we just go back at the end. It works out alright, actually. So you've got to be very careful when doing this. That bit of road there, and all. Yeah, that's strange, actually, because the parsnips. But it is only on that half. I always said the headlands are half. It does. Actually, I'm surprised some of it. It's almost like it's not quite the same headland. It's not equal. I also realise there's a bit of spillage where they mixed together, but there's not a lot I can do about that. Now, of course, we've got the big job of picking them all up. Now that I've already thought of, because I think I did mention that in the first bit, which was we're going to use the fluffy mods, and also we'll lease that, and we'll also lease a bigger trailer. Now it is true, when you look at the size of the fields, there is an awful lot. Yeah, obviously if we're going to make soup, we want to really make an equal amount, so that really means that, we can do this. I just thought about it. Yeah, we can. It's such a shame that Nicky's thing is not yet supporting of sugar beets. It is. We can't put that in, because if we could, I know we couldn't. We can though, of course, run it over to here, and then we could see exactly how much it was. Trouble is, it's an awful long, massive haul over there, really, to actually do that. Yeah, we can't put any in the silo because obviously it's not supported. Yeah, at least I don't think so. No, I think the modders are going to have to probably, let go of that. Yeah, well, I'm quite pleased with that. To do that the way that I'm used to doing it, really, where you do it, that's just got a bit of fuel while I think about it. Yeah, I'm a little bit far out as well. Yeah, it always does that when you do that to the. I think if I remember rightly, you can. Well, we've got a front loader as well, so it doesn't hurt. We don't need it this minute. It always just annoys me to see my tools. But can you reverse into it? I don't think it does anything. It does if you do that. Yeah, you can drop it normally, lower it and drop it. That's the best way. But if you drop it and you run, as in you're going, it really does always do that. I had that quite a lot of times. You'd think I'd actually sort of do that. I'm so chuffed we got this tractor though. We would not have been able to do that without this tractor. Right, let's send that back. Let's knock on the door, give them a shout in the office, and return the harvester. No, I am going to do this. Yeah, 3,000. That's not bad. So another hour on top. So that shows how much real time that I've actually done, because we obviously paid that for these in cost. That was, I would say, that's about 3 hours in total, 2.5 to 3 hours. So that is quite some doing. Oh, that rain! Look, I didn't think there was any rain. I didn't think we'd got any rain. No, it's an forecast, but it does look like it's going to rain, to be honest. Now then, what are we going to do? I am really... Yeah, obviously it doesn't show you. Yeah, well, I know we can't. It's a shame. Are there any silos yet? I know, obviously, we can't afford one anyway. Well, the multi-fruits, do they actually show as... Or is it only the Giants ones? Doesn't show you, does it? No. No, I know I haven't got enough money. It's a bit of a shame, really, in a way. Because you can't really see until you put it down. So we're down to 97,142. Have we got any contracts? We really do need to get the money up. The other thing I was thinking, I know, I was thinking this earlier, I was thinking, you're gonna have to do another baling contract, aren't you? 72 and 75. We could. No, I'm not doing any of this session. No, this is it. Yeah, next session we're going to grab this lot in. But it is true, if we're going to do it equal, if we're going to do the triple soup, this is the amount that we really need to know about. We need to know how much there is here, because the other two we can sell the excess. I'm trying to think how could we do that. Well, the first thing we need to do now, this can stay on here. It isn't going to rot or anything now. Obviously, in real life. Well, actually, no, they do leave it on the fields for a little bit. We're talking the same. We're not, although of course days are really months, and that wouldn't do it any good at all to be left just on the wet fields. You'd literally put it on a pile, and usually on concrete. So I can't quite do that, but I have got to try to simulate this properly. So how can we do this? The only way I can think is really to run that down there, as much as that's a real pain in the backside. It really is. It's an awful long way. It is. It's a long run. I mean, we've got 26 mile an hour. If we're going to do that, we really need to lease something like the 70 tonner. Now, this is a 150 horsepower tractor. It's going to struggle to do that. That was the reason I was trying to lease the 30 tonner because I thought it'll manage that again at a bit of a push. But it's fairly downhill, fairly flat. So maybe we lease the 7 tonner. We haven't got cash to sort of faff around. Yeah, I'm trying to play this realistically and to pit myself against the problems that you really would have in real life. Now, we all know I can leave these on these fields as much as possible, but I couldn't do that in real life. So to simulate that and to simulate the fact that we don't want to be losing the crop, what I'm going to do next session is I do think we will lease the 70 tonner. We'll also lease the fluffy mods. We'll get all of that taken down there. It is going to take a while. There isn't really a way I could cheat that though, is there? Truthfully, I was going to say I can't. I suppose I could if I didn't do it on camera. I could sort of swizz the Grain Quid Pro in, stick it all in there. No, actually, I don't think I could at the minute. I don't think it'll support the crop. Really, thinking about this. Do we do a bit of a test to sort of see? Yeah, I mean the Nicky one, our storage. I'm trying to think, how do you really? Silos are funny things. You've got to stick stuff in it. But when you put it down, it does. Yeah, that's a point. Didn't the Nicky one actually show us? Yeah, I'm sure it showed you what you can put in it. No, it doesn't. Is it when you put it down, or? Yeah, I'm not sure. Really, thinking about it, how we actually get that to work. Yeah, at the minute it's problems, but. Yeah, the one thing I am going to say, I put time up to ×2 because I realised halfway through doing that field that I was on 0.5, so it probably would be probably about 1:30, which is really 2/3 of the way through the month of August. So next session, I'm chuffed because I've got to be honest, that is a lot of work. It really is. So we need to grab all of our goods into that massive. No, it's not that building, is it? Actually, no, it's not. It's this one here. So it's even further than you think. It's that one. Grainpool East. Is there a sneaky way? I can sort of sneak across there, but then you've got a lot of land. I'm not sure how good the land is. So, yeah, to run along the edge of 89, because the road runs down heavily, we've got to try and find the real best way of getting to Grainpool East. Is that the quickest one? Trying to think. I don't think there is another way for us to do this, unless we actually just sold the goods. Trouble is, we all know to sell this, if you sell hundreds of thousands, you're only going to earn. Yeah, I mean, this is the only trouble with root crops, and unless you're going to do something with them, really. I mean, sugar's worth quite a lot of cash because obviously the carrots and that as well. Likewise, on their own aren't. Even if you've got like. I mean, I don't know how much. If you've got 300 tons of that times 200, it adds up to quite a bit, but not for all of the hauling that you'd have to do. It really doesn't compensate you. Yeah, I don't know what to sort of say or what to do. I think we're just going to have to suck it and see. So next session, I think what we're going to do is just grab that, stick it all in the silo. I'm being daft, aren't I? Thinking about this. There is a way to do this, and it is the way that I've always played this. If we get our production, instead of buying the one on the map, because we own this land, if we have one built on our property, then we've only got to haul from there to there. So really the real thing is seeing how much we need to actually do that, and we've got to do whatever contracts, whatever it takes to do to get this job done. Probably a baling contract. So I think probably to get that, we're gonna let's have a look at the production and see how much the soup one I think was dearer of the two, but That's the point. Let's have a look before we do anything. Let's have a look at the preserved food industry, as in like what it really makes, and how much those things are, because that one seemed to be. Don't really know what I'm looking for, but I'm quite see it's got to be some preserved carrots or something like that. So surely shouldn't be too hard to see. It's got to be on here. Everything's on here. And so I would have thought it would have been at the end. Ah, it's not. Ah, preserved food beetroot. Ah, I know that. No. This is the best prices. So preserved food versus red beets. The red beet soup is worth more than the preserved food beetroot. So preserved food is not worth as much. And I know it seems very mercenary, but in another way, the triple soup, obviously, that is the best. You almost like 300 extra on top of, but it's worth us going the extra mile to do the soup than it is. Yeah, even the individual soups are like 400 to 500 per ton extra. So I think the preserved food, from our perspective as an entrepreneur, is out of the sort of thing. So now we know that. I think it's 125. I think. So that means we are 25 grand off, if I'm correct. Now I think it's actually further down. It's the premium pack. It's just after the other one, Buyout Giants as well. It's not too much further, I don't think. Yeah, here we go. Premium. No, I don't know what it looks. That's platinum. So platinum, premium. Bakery. I'd like to have a look at that at some point as well, to see if it's just a different building or whether Giants actually have improved the cycles. Preserved food. So that's 110. And the soup is 135, so it's true, we're 35,000 off, more than 35,000. Not only that, we've also, we've then got to lease something. Yeah, we have. It's going to be, but it is true. It is easier for us to have built on the land that we already own than it is for us. Well, not just that. It's a matter of logistics. It is, as I keep quoting, but it is very true. It does not make this any less true. It's location, prime location, which for us the central point is here. So if we have that built, then we've got these fields which you could plant year after year. Now obviously you'd rotate it with crop rotation. I don't think I've got that on because obviously it was one of those mods that I took off. But yeah, normally you'd rotate them because otherwise, especially with beets, I'd imagine this is like any other, that it needs ploughing. Yes, it does. So it needs ploughing again. Although didn't it? No, it didn't need ploughing before. That one, did we lease a plough? I think or did we cultivate and we were prepared to take the hit? I think we said. So that also would have said. So we need to get a plough. Yeah, didn't we use it? Yeah, we did. We used the cultivator to plough, didn't we, really, the create fields. So, yeah, we need to plough all of them this time with a plough that's 150 horsepower. Yeah, I'm jumping the gun, though, aren't I? Really, the biggest thing we've got to do is to buy the soup factory. So, with that in mind, and with the fact that the year is turning on, for next session, yeah, we've got to stick to 72. Do we do fertilising as well? No, we're going to need both tractors, thinking about this. And we also we don't want tedding contracts, so there are no baling contracts at present. They're too little money. And I know it is very, it's all about money. It is, unfortunately. Harvesting contracts, as far as I'm aware, oh wow, it's using all of the tractors and that from this, which is quite nice to see. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, the Viti 70 and the Hallmaster Sugar Pea Cutter. Yeah, and that was already there earlier. Right, so yes, I think I'm speaking a bit of sense. So there's no silage contract. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think it really would be a matter. I think you get contracts in September, and I think a little bit in October. Trouble is, it's like I said. I think I did say that there were no loans on this. I mean, and I know in real life, if this was the case, I'm trying to think about this. We could go on a treasure hunt. No, because I'd said I wasn't going to do that, really. So I don't think I am going to. And it's the easy way out. It's weird when you're desperate, when your sort of mind starts to clutch at straws, as that old saying goes. Where there's a will, there's a way. I think if we crack on, yeah, you say that, but we need to. It's true. We'd have to go on till tomorrow morning, so we'd have to trust a little bit of luck to these, that these wouldn't rot away. Now, obviously, in real life, the contracts would come every day. Now, a day to us is a month, so it's, yeah, there's not really much we can actually do about that. I think what we're going to do, yeah, there's no baling contracts that we can actually do that's just for tedders. And I know the 11 grand's good, but we really need to make some cash from the silage. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the game mechanics, because I suppose it's the game mechanics in a way that are also shooting us in the forts, because obviously in real life you'd get the things every day, the contracts. So we're going to sleep through till the morning. We've done our harvest. It can sit on there. Now I know in real life and I suppose we have got a bucket. We could stick them all in a pile, but obviously game mechanics are a pain to do that. So we're going to sleep through till the morning. At least we've done our harvest. We've sent that back. Everything that we've got now is all out. There's no more leasing, and I'm going to leave it here in the morning, as in the morning of September, and we shall see. And no, and I'm not relying on it's nice to have a bit of a look. It's been a bit of a beast of a session, actually, to be honest. It really has. It's really hard concentration, that. Let's have a look in the sales, and I think, and the biggest thing of all, see if there are any better. Ooh, the Bura, beautiful. Is that the new one? It is. Yeah, this is the one that goes up to 135 horsepower. Yeah. So 21,000. I know we can afford it. I knew we can't, but yeah, and you can have a front loader on it, which is quite amazing. Takes this to a whole new level, the Bura. Because you can also, I'm sure the Bura's the one that you can stick the Pepe on. Used to be able to, I think. Up to 26 cubic meter, but you need the Blizzard 13 pack, which I would normally do. So then, nothing from the sales has saved as well. I didn't really expect it would do. Tedder, silage, smashing. We're going to take that wherever you are. But we need to borrow the items. Do we? Yes, we do. Are there any good fertilising or light? Oh, there is. Wow, and that one. I think we can do it. There is a glimmer of hope. There is. Between those 3 contracts, the baling, we should double that, really. So let's have a look. Now that we just thrust our hand into the fire pit without looking where we were at. Ooh. 55 and 56, 78 is over there. That's the field that we've done quite a lot. I should have known that by the number, really. So we've got a lot of work on next session to enable us to build the factory, or to have that built, so that we can go into the farmer's market with the bales rather than the animal dealer. So, wow, so that is quite a trek. But yeah, we'll get the liming done, and 56 and 55. We shall set the original tractor, which we will need later on, but we can set that going on the liming early, and we'll make a start on 78 with the actual tractor. Are we going to cosplay this a little bit? Now that's the one thing we did say, didn't we? Yeah, because this has defeated me. I stand by what I actually said that a few sessions ago, which is, if we have a look what the contract has. Yeah, let's go and have a quick look before I sign out. At the, oh, it has actually given us a proper Wow, that's more like it. That's a proper windrower. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of that, but we can manage to do that quite nicely. And of course it's given us these. Oh, we've got the Go Whale. Fantastic. So at least we've got a wrapper. Proper wrapper. Yeah, we've got our own trailer, so we're not worried about that. So that's a little bit better, I've got to be honest. Well, the Giants have tweaked something in the background. It's always silent updates now, really is, always. I do love this little tractor. So we will get on with this next session. Yeah, we'll take this and we'll get... Dude, it's a lovely little nippy little thing. That's still only 26 mile an hour though, like ours. Beautiful steering though, I've always thought, on the Valtras, the little Valtras. So we'll get this done next time. We'll get the... Yeah, get the windrowing done. We'll stick that on ours and we'll send the... Pull the tractor off. No, then when... Yeah, I would have... It's weird, my mind's all over word now. How about the Go Whale looks a little bit big. They've got to give you... Yeah, the Valtra's got to be big enough to do it, hasn't it? It's got to be. They're square bales. It's a strange looking bale. Are they round bales? I can't really tell from the actual shape of the... Let's have a look in the actual equipment. I've never had one of the Go Whales. They've always been a little bit pricey. Like, to buy brand new wrapper round bales. It's just that one, isn't it? Yeah, it's strange. I suppose the chamber does look round when you think of it in the middle. So yeah, round baler. We use our own trailer and we'll send that. Yeah, send our tractor to do these fields first. The other one. Our other one, and we'll send these two tractors over to get cracking on field 78, and we'll take it from there. I mean, yeah, to be honest, I would like it if I could get that front box working, but it's filling it up. It always seems a bit of an issue. It does fill from pallets though, just doesn't fill from the silo. Right, anyway, yeah, this is me signing out because it has been a monster, and I always find that you sort of waffle on about for England for things like, now have we got any more lime? I think we actually pretty much used. Let's have a look what we've got in storage, because I do think I put some in our silo, but not a lot. Yeah, I think we need another one. We do. So we'll grab a lime for the morning. It was a lime contract one time. Yeah, my mind's all over word. Yeah, it was liming. Thought it was a big liming. So let's get that. And we should buy from our bestest. Now then, I'm trying to get to grips with using the bars instead of the... So I'm trying to gauge where everything is. So it is about 4/5 of the way through. And we will buy just the one. So we're trying to be as frugal as possible. So we've got that ready for next session. I will off camera get that ready, get that over here, and get it all topped up with the lime bag that we've just bought, so that everybody can hit the road running next session. But yeah, we do stand at a pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's like, we can do it with what we've got there. It's the silage ones that are going to make a little bit of a difference, though, really, to us doing this. And we stand a glimmer of chance. But then, of course, we may have to do another contract to afford to lease a trailer. Or do we just soldier on with ours? It's hard to feel. It's little. But then again, the fluffy mods would go into it. So maybe there is a... I mean, it's a 15-tonner when fully... That's not a snippet. We could do that. We could see how much it is to lease, but it's all money keep being drained when we've got equipment. As laborious and terrible as it is, we don't have to put it all in at once. Although you would really. I don't know what the storage is like. Yeah, there's so many unanswered questions that really what we've got to do is walk this tightrope and do things in the order that we've got to try to get each of these little problems sorted, so that we can move on to the next one. It really is as simple as that, isn't it? We've put our hand to the plough, as that old saying goes. We've got a glimmer of hope. That's one thing I was like really thinking, oh no, it's getting to the back end. Are we going to get a contract that is going to be right. Sometimes you get things, everything against you, but we didn't. It's no, I'm not going to say the fates have smiled upon us finally, but yeah, what I mean is there's definitely a glimmer of hope in the big contracts that we got. I was very, very fortunate. It could have gone an awful lot worse for us. But I've got to be honest, I was about ready to do whatever it took to get it done. So if that had meant the harvest ones, I'm not sure, because if there's no profit in it, it takes us 6 sessions to earn 10,000. It's just not worth doing. But the fertiliser, even if there'd been £1.5 grand and there were 7 of them, I would have gone through all of them just to try to earn that little bit of cash, because we do need quite a bit. It's 130 odd thousand. Then it's got to be perfectly flat. The good news is that farmyard is fairly flat, so that's going to work in our favour. So we'll have that built over there, and we'll go from there. So yeah, with no further ado, and a little bit more happy now that there's a bit of a glimmer of hope. All that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.